Hey guys, it's your boy Tacho here, bringing you some more Fire Emblem Heroes goodness, and today we're actually going to go ahead and do a showcase video of everyone's favorite little girl. We're going to do a showcase of Midori today. So for the sake of this video, we're going to be running her on this particular team. We've got Brave Lucina for support, and we're going to go into details later about how good of a support Lucina is for her. We've also got Eliwood and Naga, and we're also going to cover in detail a little later why I've chosen these particular units. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at this Midori build. So it's a pretty budget build here. Of course, we're going to go ahead and abuse that Spendthrift bow because it's just such a crazy good weapon. I mean, it grants you attack up 7 regardless of whose phase it is. So in that sense, it's better than Deathblow. And then it gives you -7 attack on the foes as well, regardless of whose phase it is. So that's just close defense and distant defense built into one, with 1 extra stat point pretty much. Because if you do -7 attack on the foe, you're like gaining 7 defense and res on yourself. So Spendthrift Bow is arguably the best inheritable weapon in the entire game right now. Like, I can't even stress that enough, how powerful this weapon is. And you can of course refine it as well to gain some extra stats. So we've gone ahead and gone with the res refine for this, so we can patch up Midori's low res. That's really her only stat that she slouches in. We've got the double rally plus on her, of course, that's her default. Noontime as the special, and when paired up with Brave Lucina, you're going to see some awesomeness with that, despite having that downside from the +2 special cost from Spendthrift Bow. Close Foil is a really good A-slot passive. It's basically just close counter with stats included, except you can't counterattack dragon foes. Quick Repost as the B skill. I took off Chill Attack because I think Quick Repost is arguably her best for a budget option. Then we've got Attack Smoke, of course, from Daddy there, so she can drop the foe's attack even more, and Mirror Stance to round out the build. So we're just going to go ahead and play 3 fights in Arena, and then we're going to do 3 fights in Aether Raids, and I'm really going to show you guys how insane Midori actually is. So let's get right in there. Alright, so let's get started here. First fight is against this dude named Fire Emblem, and then he's got a full team of +10 alms. Pretty cool. But, I mean, he's about to get wrecked because all of these alms are physical type units, and when Midori is fighting physical opponents, she's pretty much invincible. I gotta be honest, I've been playtesting her all day, and physical types just can't even touch her. So we are getting bonus doubler from Eliwood, as well as +6 to all stats from him. So Midori is basically going to be super buffed for this showcase. We also have Brave Lucina supporting her, and Brave Lucina's weapon refine is going to grant the steady breath effect. So when the foes attack Midori, what's actually going to happen is we're going to gain +2 special charge when they hit us, and then our next attack is immediately going to be a noontime to the face. So Midori is capable of just healing off any damage right away, as you see there. Legendary Alm has a ton of defense reduction on his weapon as well. And look at that, I mean, he barely was even able to hurt us, and then we just pretty much got the one shot because of how insanely high Midori's attack is. Right there, we just showed it off again. We can tank hits from Legendary Alm like a champ, and in most cases, he's not really a unit that you want to try to bait. We do have color type advantage on the Duo Alm though, so I mean, I guess that one wasn't really too impressive, but still. Okay, here's the next fight. This guy has a full dragon team, and here's another thing that I've noticed while playtesting Midori today. Close Foil, as good as we thought it was, and like a lot of people were calling it the power creep to close counter, I really don't think that's actually the case. Because when you're fighting dragon types, you can't close counter against them. That is the one downside to Close Foil. And if you're playing in arena modes or arena assaults or things like that, you're pretty much always going to see dragon types. They score really high. Pretty much half of them are armored units as well as dragons, so Midori not being able to counterattack against them really sucks, and it can hurt her viability sometimes. But that is, of course, why we're running Naga on this team, so we can grant effective against dragons to Midori. and she's going to have even less trouble when she's initiating combat on them. It does, of course, help that her base attack is 41, so Midori is the mightiest Midori of all. And you're going to see right here, this blue Tiki has color advantage on Midori, but we're still going to pretty much clean her clock, getting effective against dragons from Naga. So that is one good thing. I really wish we could have close countered against these dragons though, so we could get the Brave Lucina support to really kick in and gain the breath effect. Alright, this is going to be our last arena fight showcase, because I do want to show her off in Aether raids as well. Using a super tank to bait the entire enemy team is a very common strategy in Aether raids, so I just wanted to show off how good Midori can do that. Now, another good thing about Midori is how good she is as a fodder unit. So, let's say you pulled Midori and you don't really want to use her herself. You would rather just sacrifice her to give her good skills to one of your other units. And that's actually a really good call, because we have the prime candidate to inherit skills from Midori, who just got demoted, and that is Norn. So, Norn and Midori have basically the exact same BST. Norn has way more speed, while Midori's got way more attack. But then defensively, Norn is so much better than Midori. So, also, another good thing about Norn is that she's a 3-star or a 4-star summon, and it's way easier to get Norn up to plus 10. So, I would recommend, if you want to sacrifice your copy of Midori just for the skill inheritance, I would go ahead and give her skills to Norn, and go for the plus 10 on Norn, because, I mean, Spendthrift Bow is just so ridiculous, and Close Foil as well. There's really not going to be too many physical threats that can take you on at that point, and with the plus 10 merges, it's going to be real good. Okay, so here we are in Aether raids, and we're just going to fight the top 3 people on my friends list. There was one more guy at the top, Ryoma Lobster, but he turned off the ability to do mock battles against his team, so we're just gonna have to, I guess, do the top 4 instead. So this guy here, Kuji, I fought his team many times in the past. I like to practice against his team because it's a classic infantry pulse setup. So I knew where his bolt trap was, so I was able to just reposition right on top of the fake one. And normally that's not a move you would want to make, but because I've fought this guy's team so many times, I know where it is. And we are, of course, going to abuse that fact to just get rid of his Soth at the start and then pretty much destroy the chain with his infantry pulse setup. That's one easy way to deal with infantry pulse. If you don't have pulse smoke, all you got to do is just KO one of their units that has infantry pulse on the first turn, and you can pretty much stop the other units from getting the full effect of infantry pulse and building up to their specials right away. Alright, we're actually going to attack this Brave Ike here. He was low on HP, and then both his other units have Wings of Mercy. So I don't want any shenanigans to happen. I just want Midori to pretty much hard tank these other 2 units by herself. So we had to go ahead and take care of that Brave Ike before Wings of Mercy shenanigans ensued. We also got the Bolt Tower to activate, which is perfect timing because we're attacking this Lucina here. And we're going to go for the pop breaks too. I really don't see why not. We have the leeway to do that. And all he's got left now is Ninian, which is not going to be a problem for Midori. I'm pretty sure we can just take her out. Yep. We didn't even need Naga to give us effective against dragons for that one. So, pretty clean run. Alright, next up we're fighting Andre Shiro. This dude's pretty cool. He comes out to all the live streams pretty much, and he is one of the cooler subs that we've got on the channel. So I hate to do it to him, but we're going to showcase Midori against his defense team here. Okay, so he does have a really good setup here. I mean, when he has Thrasir with the feint skill, and he's got, right behind Thrasir, he's got that Ophelia to provide the rally buff, and then she can get the feint skill off, so Thrasir's B-slot skill is going to allow for instant double attacks. It's a pretty crazy setup for the most part, but luckily Midori's got color advantage on Thrasir. And we also have color advantage on his Hector too, so we can go for the hard bait on Hector. I'm actually going to have Altina bait his Brave Camilla here, so nothing goes wrong and Camilla doesn't move in the other direction and get danced by Azura. So I just wanted to make sure that things were more predictable for us here. And Hector doing absolutely nothing to Midori. Color advantage will tend to do that, but I mean, even if Hector didn't have color disadvantage, it's not like physical attacks can really hurt Midori. She is like made of iron, so it's pretty tough stuff. I would have expected a unit like Rinka with her physique to be the one that was tough to kill, but nah. Midori, don't mess with Midori, man. She is too mighty. Okay, I put Brave Lucina over there to just take a hit from this legendary Azura, so the fight would be way more predictable and I wouldn't have to worry about that Ophelia getting danced. But I don't think I can actually break the Aether pots in this fight, so touche, my boy. You've got a really nice defense setup. When I can't break the pots, that's always a good sign that your team is very well constructed. But we are still going to win the fight without losing a unit, so still a pretty good showcase overall. We do have to get one shot on Ophelia before Midori can get the finish there. Pretty good showcase though, pretty good run, and pretty good defense team. And finally, we're going to fight this dude here, Wolfie. He also comes out to the live streams, so shout out to you, Wolfie, as well as Andre, of course. And this guy's setup, he's got Bernadetta. He's got, right behind Bernadetta, he has Lilina with Broadleaf Fan. And then he has Lull, Attack, and Res on his Lilina, so this is a really hard team to bait. I gotta be honest, like, this is another really good setup. Man, my subscribers are just, like, really putting in work with the defense teams. But we are still gonna go for the Midori bait, and as you can see, she was able to take care of both Lilina as well as Bernie. Okay, so on the left side, I decided to break the two structures there so we could try to break both of the Aether pots. But like at this point, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to, because look at how far back those Aether pots are, and the placement of his units make it really tough to get back there. And I don't think there's a way for me to get out of the way of this Halloween Rolf at the moment, so we have no choice but to get the kill on him with Altina. I wanted to try and get all the kills with Midori, of course, since it's her showcase, but I mean, I am fighting a pretty strong defense team here, so you gotta do what you gotta do. And I do have Wings of Mercy on Naga, so we can just jump her next to Midori. I wish I had Lilith, so we could really show off some crazy jump shenanigans with her weapon, but sadly I got shafted on the banners, so we couldn't do that. And I did a check just now to see how many turns we've got left, and we have plenty of time, so we are actually going to end up being able to break the Aether pots here. So real cool stuff, and we can do some shenanigans with reposition to get that Brave Eliwood across the forest tile. And at this point, it's pretty much GG. Lilina is going to get one-shotted by this Midori. So there you go. 3 perfect runs in Arena Assault, and 3 perfect runs in Aether raids. So my thoughts on Midori after playtesting her all day. Spendthrift Bow is outrageously strong, like it's just way too good of a weapon, I think, and the +2 cooldown charge of the side effect isn't even really a big deal. But close foil that we all thought was going to be the power creep close counter, I don't think that's going to be the case. Dragon type units are everywhere, even in Aether raids, even though scoring doesn't matter there. A lot of dragon units are really good units, and they still have the blessing bonus, like, for example, Duma and Sothis. So you may come across them on a defense team just for the lip loss reduction. So you do have to be a little bit careful if you are going to go for close foil over close counter. I do think that the stat bonuses you get from close foil do outweigh close counter in most situations. But I like having perfect bait units and being able to counterattack everyone. So I think I do still give the nod to close counter in the long run. And that's going to wrap us up for today, guys. So hope you enjoyed the showcase, hope you enjoyed the runs, and as always, this is your boy Tacho signing out. So I'll catch you guys again in the next one.